Hey YouTube, this is Kagome, and this is my little Mighty Mouse right here. And I wanted to tell you guys how I got him back to breast. What happened was we were breastfeeding before, but I had a lot of nipple damage. I was getting a lot of blisters and everything because I just couldn't get his latch right. So I stopped and I pumped for a week to try to heal because it was just so painful. So I was pumping for about a week, and then when I started to feel better, I tried to get him back on breast, and it just did not happen. He was screaming, pushing my breast away, and everything else like that. So we went almost a month, and he's about to be 3 months. We went almost a month without breastfeeding at all, and just pumping and bottle feeding. And let me tell you, that is a challenge. If you're a bottle feeder or a pumper, exclusively pumping, you know how hard it is. It's like half your day is spent pumping milk and feeding baby and changing baby. It's like feed, change, pump. Wait an hour. Feed, change, pump. Feed, change, pump. It's like all day long. You hardly have any time to do anything else. But things have gotten so much better. So I went to YouTube just like you are now, and I was doing everything that they suggested. I tried this pillow method where you don't touch the baby's head, and laying over the baby, and just everything. And what ended up happening was two things helped me. First of all, I picked a couple days where I didn't have to do anything or go anywhere, and I was just gonna be home with baby those 2 days, because if I got it worked out, I wanted it to be a permanent thing, and I wanted to be able to keep doing it. So that's what I did. And the first thing I did was I tried an supplemental nursing system, which I didn't buy. It's kind of made a homemade system. I'll show that to you if you want, but yeah, I pretty much made it and put a little feeding tube through the nipple hole in a bottle and made it that way. Because the ones you buy are like $25 and they're throwaway, and I didn't want something I was going to spend like $25 on and use it once and it clog up and then I can't use it again. But what really happened was, even with that, he didn't get on my breast. It was pretty much dripping, kind of hanging over him, dripping the milk from my breast to his mouth. So the milk would come out of the tube and be on the end of my nipple and just kind of drip into his mouth, because he didn't want to be near my breast at the time. So that kind of let him know that the milk was coming from my breast, like he could get milk from there. So then I would slowly get closer and closer and closer to his mouth with my breast, and eventually I was able to get my nipple into his mouth, and he sucked from the supplemental system, and he still wasn't latching the right way. He was kind of just like on the edge of my nipple. So that's what we were doing, and he still didn't really want to be on my breast, but that was a start. So then from there, I pretty much, by that night, I deprived him of the bottle at all. Like that evening I didn't give him the bottle at all. If he got hungry, I put him to breast. If he wouldn't take it, he just didn't get the bottle. I used a syringe, and I just put drops of milk in his mouth. So he didn't go like hungry, but he didn't get like that full gulp of milk like he wanted. So he just get like the syringe full of milk, like slowly dropping it in his mouth, until the next day. Even when he woke up in the middle of the night, I did not give him a bottle. I put him to breast. If he denied it, I put syringe in his mouth and gave him, like I was giving him medicine. And the next morning, he wanted to be on breast. So I put him on my breast, and I was like, yes, we finally got it. But then by the next feeding, he didn't want my breast again. So I was giving him the syringe. So it's like back and forth for like 2 days. And he finally just wanted to take my breast because I just didn't give him the bottle at all. And after that, I had to work on latch again. And the easiest thing for me to do was what's called a natural breastfeeding. And there are videos on YouTube, and that's how I learned how to do it. The natural breastfeeding is like for breastfeeding beginners, for like newborns. And he's not a newborn, but it's been the best thing, and I'm still using it actually. So if you look up natural breastfeeding on YouTube, you will find a series of videos that shows you how to do it. It's more like laid back breastfeeding and letting gravity do the work for you, so he could get a deeper latch. Because as soon as he started breastfeeding again, I started getting blisters again. But I fought through the blisters. I soaked my breast in Epsom salt and warm water and let him nurse, and I pump and let him nurse, and the blisters pop. So that's where we are now. He is breastfeeding, and I can also give him a bottle every now and then. So like if I have some pump milk, or if I don't have enough milk in my breast, because I can only feed from one breast, if I don't have enough and I had some pump in the fridge, I can give him that through the bottle. And I only use a Playtex bottle. I have different types of bottles that we went through that just were not working, and they would mess up his latch. So we're only using the Playtex Nurser. It has a really round nipple, so his mouth has to open really wide, and he chomp. I have to just make sure I push it all the way in, and he has to chomp down like just like he would do on the breast. So I'm not using like the wide nipples that are kind of flat. I'm not using that. I'm using a nice round nipple. It has the one nipple that sticks out, and then the base of it is like round, if you can imagine what I'm saying. So that's what works for him. I don't know what would work for your baby, but that's basically what I did with all the other stuff. None of the other things worked. This is what worked for me. So I was just like started out slowly dripping the milk in, just getting him aware that milk could come from me, and it didn't have to always come from the bottle. And since then, I haven't even had to take bottles with us. It's been about 2 weeks now. I haven't had to take any bottles with us. I can feed anywhere I want to, and get fresh milk all the time, and things like that. So it's a lot easier. Like I can wake up in the night and just like put him to breast. I have a wedge pillow that I use, on the bed, so I can lay back on the wedge and just put him up there, and he'll nurse until it gets done, and it's comfortable for me. It's comfortable for him, and it doesn't hurt. Now it takes practice because it still was hurting in the beginning. But now, like this morning, I just up there almost fell asleep because I had like no pain at all. So I just wanted to share with you how I did that. And if you have any questions, just put them in the comments below. And good luck with your baby. Bye.